Hello there, welcome back to another video, welcome back to another fragrance review today, and today it is going to be a hidden gem alert. And this particular fragrance, I believe, deserves a lot of hype, and it doesn't have all of that credit and love that it actually deserves right now. So it deserves a lot more because this is a beautiful fragrance that is citrusy, clean, musky, and performs well and comes at a very pocket-friendly price. I'm talking about the Rasasi's It's Essential, right? It's a very basic fragrance that does a lot more than you kind of expect. And in today's video, we're going to talk about this and find out why is it so. And let's get into this review without further ado. And if you're watching this channel for the first time, my name is Rodney and you're watching the Perfume Experience. If you want to get the Hindi version of this particular review, you will get a Hindi summary at the end of the video. And if you like that kind of effort put in, then definitely hit the like button, subscribe. Let's get into it right after this. Alright, welcome back, and today we're going to talk about Rasasi's It's Essential. Okay, it's a very basic fragrance bottle that comes in a very basic package, nothing to be expected much about this because it's a very entry level, budget level fragrance that comes from the house of Rasasi. Now we've previously done Rasasi's Brilliant Silver as well, which is also a budget friendly version. There are a couple more in this line, Amber Alive and Wood Excess as well, which are all very versatile, very beautiful fragrances, but this one comes even more further, even much less than that. So in fact, the retail price of this is about 2,500 rupees, and you should comfortably get this for sub 1,600, 1,700 rupees within that particular price point. This is a stunner of a fragrance, and I'll tell you why I think so. Now, before we get into further details, let's just quickly look at this packaging. It's a very basic paper box, and if you pull top, you have a bottle that's kind of sits like this. It looks kind of like this. It has this gentleman type of a cap going across, a very blue colored bottle. Okay, and you can see that this is used a little bit by me. I did get a partial of it, of course, in a high partial, but I kind of absolutely liked it. The cap is flimsy. Okay, it's just that piece is like a small block of chocolate which kind of sits on top of this, but it gets the job done. There are no frills about it. The juice is what that matters, and there we have a winner. Okay, now let me do a couple of sprays because I'll tell you, this is one of those fragrances I think will become my absolute favorite fragrances in budget because it smells gorgeous. So the sprayer is very nice. It does puff out pretty much a lot, smells very nice in the air. It kind of reminds you of a couple of fragrances, but let's talk about what they are actually. The first instance that you kind of get is you get a very nice, sweet, citrusy, clean, citrusy fragrance that has got a good amount of powdery element. It has got a little bit of that spice element that's coming to it, like not your oriental sweet spiciness, but more of your warm spices, more of your typical spicy elements that generate a little bit of heat, that type of a element, and then followed by a little bit of a very nice musky powdery kind of a vibe, which is absolutely blissful. So overall, if you look at it, this is a very fresh, sweet, not overly sweet like Jean Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male, that kind of sweetness, but slightly sweet in a nice citrusy way. Good spicy elements, nice powdery elements. Overall, a very beautiful citrus fragrance that does amazingly well in the air. Smells absolutely wonderful. Now this actually opens with a lot of citrus elements. To be honest enough, it is citruses. It's got a lot of bergamot that goes across, and then there is a lot of geranium, there is a lot of sage, that kind of spicy element that you see. A little bit of a tobacco hint to it, and a little bit of a vetiver is also something that you get, and a little bit of a powdery woody element is also something that you kind of get. Now somewhere in between you have a light touch of florals, maybe some kind of a light hint of rose also. You can kind of say very faint light hint, and that's what makes this fragrance so absolutely gorgeous because it smells absolutely stunning, beautiful in every possible way. Now we can definitely say that because of its price point and because of the entry level budget price point, there are certain elements that smell a little synthetic. We could expect a little bit more of a natural smelling element of certain elements like the citruses or even the spicy elements as such, but absolutely no complaints here because it smells very cool in the air, very nice in the air, and most importantly, this one actually does a little good on performance as well. Now you will actually get a good projection of 2 to 3 feet, 2 to 2.5 feet you can say, and actually it does last on skin for about 5 hours time. On apparel, you can expect between 6 to 7 hours as well. Mostly for indoor use is what I would highly recommend, especially if you're looking for a very beautiful fragrance for office use. This will be something that you can wear very comfortably. It is not going to annoy anybody. In fact, you will get a lot of compliments. Now, why I call this a hidden gem is because it does so much for that value of the money that you pay. So because you get this around the 1700 rupees, less than that figure, this is fantastic because it almost makes you feel that you are smelling 3 fragrances together. This is apparently an alternate of the Yves Saint Laurent L'Homme Ultime, okay, which is what this fragrance goes for. But I feel this also goes a little bit towards the L'Homme itself, okay. So the L'Homme is what I have here, and the Ultime, but mostly towards the Ultime. Now, the way these two fragrances kind of come together, it almost feels like you're smelling a little bit like of that Louis Vuitton's Imagination. Now, that's what makes this fragrance a hidden gem, because it almost smells like Imagination, almost, except for that tea note that is there, but otherwise that citrusy sweetness, the the spicy elements, the light floral hints, the entire musky, soapy kind of a vibe that you get is all absolutely stunning. Now, after some time, it actually goes down to a nice dry down, and in the nice dry down, you kind of get that along with those musky, powdery elements, you also get a nice woody element as well. So overall, in my opinion, this is one of those fragrances that you can wear all throughout the year. At a pocket-friendly price point, you can't expect more, performs well, has a great scent profile that resembles a lot of niche and designer fragrances, comes at a very good value for money budget price point, and you should definitely add this to your summer collection of fragrances, especially in the 1500 2000 rupees subcategory of fragrances. If you're looking for something that's stunning in all of its ways, then this is definitely one fragrance to add. If I had known this fragrance before the summer fragrances list, I would have definitely made it on that list as well. So overall, I felt this was something wonderful. This was something unexpected at that particular price point, and it's a lot of value for money kind of a scent profile, and something that is easily wearable by men, women, anybody at any age group. You can happily easily wear it, and it actually does really, really good as well. All right, so that's what I thought about this fragrance, and let me do a quick Hindi summary now. ये है रसासी का इट्स एसेंशियल फॉर मैन। ये एक बजट फ्रेंडली फ्रेग्रेंस है जो काफ़ी दमदार है इसकी परफॉर्मेंस, इसकी सेंट प्रोफाइल में। इसकी शुरुआत की सेंट प्रोफाइल एक सिट्रसी बर्गमो की एक सिट्रस ओपनिंग के साथ आती है, थोड़ी मिठास के साथ आती है। उसके साथ आपको एक फ्लोरल हिंट मिलता है, जैसे एक जैस्मिन या रोज़ की एक लाइट वाइब मिलती है, बट इसमें जेरेनियम और सेज होने की खातिर इसका एक स्पाइसी नेचर मिलता है आपको। और ड्राइड एंड में आपको थोड़ी तंबाकू के साथ, थोड़ी सेडार वुड, थोड़ा वेटिवर के साथ मिला हुआ है। एक आपको ओवरऑल एक सिट्रसी, स्वीट, मीठी, एक स्पाइसी समर फ्रेग्रेंस जैसे विद एक वुडी वाला एक वाइब मिलता है जो काफ़ी शानदार है। इसकी जो परफॉर्मेंस है वो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छी है मुझे लगती है, क्योंकि आपको आराम से 2 से 2.5 फीट का प्रोजेक्शन मिल जाता है। 45 मिनट्स को 1 आवर तक अच्छे प्रोजेक्ट करता है। रूम में भर के सबको मालूम होता है कि आपने कुछ अच्छा स्मेल परफ्यूम डाली है। और इसकी जो ओवरऑल जो लास्टिंग है आपको स्किन के ऊपर 4-5 घंटे आराम से मिल जाएगी, और कपड़ों के ऊपर 6-7 घंटे तक भी आपको आराम से मिल जाएगा। बट इसकी खूबसूरत चीज़ ये है कि ये सब आपको एक 1500 के या 2000 के बजट प्राइस पॉइंट पे उसके अंदर आपको मिल जाता है। मेरे हिसाब से 1500 से 1750 तक आपको ये आराम से मिलना चाहिए। मैं हमारे वेबसाइट का लिंक भी आपको डाल दूंगा जहाँ पर आपको ये मिल जाएगा। इसका जो सबसे अच्छी और एक खासियत जो मुझे लगी, इसकी जो सेंट प्रोफाइल है वो आपको यves saint laurent के लोम और यves saint laurent के लोम अल्टिम के जैसा एक ब्लेंड होते हुए आएगा। ज़्यादातर आपको अल्टिम की एक अच्छी तरह की एक रेप्लिका या क्लोन माना जाता है, बट उससे ज़्यादा भी एक अच्छी बात ये है कि ये आपको लुई विटॉन की इमेजिनेशन के बारे में याद दिलाएगा। जैसे आप इसको पहनेंगे, वो सिट्रस नोट्स, वो मिठास और जो स्पाइसी एलिमेंट, वो सब की तरफ से आपको लगेगा कि आपने लुई विटॉन का इमेजिनेशन ही पहना है। बट उसमें जो टी नोट है वो एक मिसिंग हो जाती है, बट अदरवाइज एक काफ़ी अच्छी तरीके का एक स्पाइसी, सिट्रसी, स्वीट, वुडी, पाउडरी काइंड ऑफ परफ्यूम है जो आप आराम से ऑफिस के लिए, आउटडोर, इंडोर्स के लिए यूनिसेक्स फ्रेग्रेंस आप बजट में ले सकते हो, और काफ़ी दमदार है और एक हिडन जेम है मुझे लगता है कि इसकी जितनी भी तारीफ कर रहे जाए वो बहुत ही कम है, और आप जब ये ट्राई करेंगे आपको ज़रूर मालूम पड़ेगा कि क्यों मैं इसकी इतनी तारीफ कर रहा हूँ। मुझे एक ही कमी लगी कि इसकी जो सेंट प्रोफाइल है थोड़ी सिंथेटिक है, बट अगर इसमें थोड़ा नेचुरल स्मेलिंग और डीएनए थोड़ा मिल जाता तो और अच्छा रहेगा। बट इस बजट प्राइस पॉइंट में मुझे इसके बारे में कोई कंप्लेन नहीं है, क्योंकि मुझे तो ये बहुत ही अच्छा लगा। तो ये आप डेफिनेटली ट्राई कीजिए, और एक समर फ्रेग्रेंस आप जो ढूंढ रहे हो ऑफिस के लिए, जिम के लिए, और एक बजट प्राइस पॉइंट में अगर कुछ है तो आपको आराम से ये मिल जाएगा, राइट? सो दैट्स व्हाट आई थॉट अबाउट Rasasi. It's essential for men and it's a fantastic fragrance. The next fragrance that we're going to review is going to be from the house of Ahmed Al Maghrabi, and that's also going to be another hidden gem, and stay tuned for that as well. So if you kind of like the video, hit the like button, subscribe and share, and I'll see you on another video. Until another time, take care. Bye bye.